What's up, everybody? Welcome to Beyond Broad, where we explore the best hotspots in Philadelphia you should check out. Whether you're looking for a great food, a reasonably priced outing for two, or just want to check out iconic sites, we've got you covered. I'm Kevin Cook.
And I'm Asatsu Kume. Philadelphians tend to visit some major attractions within our city and overlooked spots, all because they had no idea about their existence. Luckily, our Beyond Broad crew discovered these hidden gems as we bring to you the top places to see and enjoy while in Philly. We have this and much more coming up on Beyond Broad.
Thanks for tuning in with us. We have a lot in store for you. We are going to show you some places to explore in the city of brotherly love.
And we certainly have a lot to provide you with in this jam-packed show, as we cover everything from food and pastries to museums and parks. It's something you don't want to miss. Also, later in the show, I will be sitting down with a LaSalle student as she shares with us how the African American Student League does many things for the community.
So without further ado, let's get this show rolling. Philadelphia has many centers of recreation where people can enjoy a variety of outdoor activities, ranging from physical exercise like walking, jogging, and even skateboarding, to pure relaxation in the grass amongst nature's scenery, or even spending the day in the perfect outing with family and friends. However, people tend to spend too much time at famous parks such as Love Park, Fairmount Park, and Franklin Square, and don't pay as much attention to the hundreds of lesser known but just as beautiful parks. Our Beyond Broad crew visited Franklin Delano Roosevelt Park in South Philadelphia, a park that has been around for over a century. Our reporter has the story.
Take a run, walk, or jog around the historical FDR Park and take in some fresh air. FDR Park is known as the Lakes by many of the local residents, since it is the only park in South Philadelphia with a numerous amount of lakes. It is a perfect place for a family outing due to the large number of amenities the park has to offer. They have 20 different tennis courts, which allows many kids and adults to get out their energy. And let's not forget about our furry friends. There is also a fishing dock that many people take advantage of. They get to fish and see the beautiful water views all at the same time. As you continue to make your way around the park, you will soon find a hidden gem, a skateboard park which is located right under the I-95 highway. It was built in 1996 and is known as the world's largest do-it-yourself skateboard park. Many people come here to fulfill their passion of skating, hang out with their friends, or come to learn new skills from others.
About this skate park, I would say the freedom for sure, and the people too. It brings out a lot of people from out pretty much everywhere. It's known worldwide, and I'd say definitely the freedom and the chaos too. It's a place to come and have fun. Pretty much anything goes. I'm out here to see all my good friends.
Do you come here often?
Yeah, as much as I can. I mean, I live right around the corner. I've been coming here since I was 6 years old. So I'd say four to 5 times a week, I at least pop in and out.
FDR Park is the perfect place to go if someone wants to take a run, see beautiful views, or blow off some steam and skateboard. For Beyond Broad, I'm Callie Montana.
That skate park looks really, really cool, you know, and even the tennis.
Yeah, I definitely want to go check out that tennis court. I really like playing tennis.
Yeah. Wow, just the thought of all that outdoor activity has certainly worked up an appetite. And I'm sure after spending a day in the park or going to a sports game, there's a good chance you may be looking for an enjoyable place to eat. But what if you're tired of typical restaurants that provide only the food and not the atmosphere? Xfinity Live serves you with great food, drinks, and Philadelphia sports. What better way to experience the true taste of Philly than visiting one of the area's hottest sports bar and restaurant? In fact, Xfinity Live is even located within walking distance of FDR Park. Located at the former site of the Spectrum, it is surrounded by Citizens Bank Park, Wells Fargo Center, and Lincoln Financial Field. So why not stop in for a bite and drink before or after the big game or concert? Our reporters checked out Xfinity Live for us. Let's see what they thought of their visit.
We're super lucky to be kind of in the heart of the sports complex. So any given sporting event, you know, from Phillies, Eagles, Flyers, Sixers, even the Soul, the arena football team, we are the place you want to come before and after the game.
Located between Lincoln Financial Field, Citizens Bank Park, and the Wells Fargo Center lies one of Philadelphia's best sports bars.
Xfinity Live is pretty unique in the way that we have 5 different bars, restaurants underneath one roof. We have 1100 Social, which we're in now, which is our Mexican-Asian fusion, kind of more of a sit-down menu restaurant.
1100 Social has spots to watch the game and also grab a drink from the Loaded Tequila Bar.
We have Broad Street Bullies Pub, which is our Flyers kind of corner bar. It's all Flyers hockey themed.
Broad Street Bullies has the walls covered in Flyers memorabilia and also has space to watch the game.
Victory Beer Hall is our traditional German beer hall, and it's in conjunction with Victory Brewing. We have all of their beers on tap, and they change them out seasonally.
Victory Beer Hall offers the classic Philly pretzel that you can enjoy with a nice craft beer. And across the way is the PBR Bar and Grill.
You can get a big boot and get a drink in your boot, and you can ride the bull. It's super fun. It's always a party in there.
Last bar is the best spot to catch the big game, the NBC Arena.
We have our 32-foot screen, which is the largest screen outside of an arena on the East Coast. We kind of have a little saying, we say it's way beyond game day, so we like to not just focus on a sports bar.
Xfinity also has some other things they focus on, like family movie nights, contests, and beer fests. They incorporate a taste of Philly with Chicky and Pete's crab fries, and also Gino's cheesesteaks. Everybody can find something they like at Xfinity Live.
Anybody can come here and you'll find where you fit in and the place you want to be.
Well, Satu, you ever been to Xfinity Live?
Yeah, I actually got a chance to go to 1100 Social with a couple of friends. It's a good experience. I really suggest you go there.
Nice, yeah. I'd really like the country bar that they have there. It looks like something right up my alley.
Yep.
Well, as much as we hate to keep you hanging, we have to cut to our first commercial break. But don't touch our remote, because when we come back, we are going to watch our correspondents try some sweet treats from a classic Italian bakery that's been around for almost 100 years. Stay tuned. And now we gotta talk like we like each other.
Okay,
Yeah.
Kevin. Chat.
Oh, yeah.
Check that smooth backside. No, really, check it. When detected early, skin cancer is highly treatable. Learn more about what to look for at spotskincancer.org.
Did you go tanning? You're getting so tan.
We need some sun.
Protect yourself. Protect your friends. Stop tanning. Learn more at spotskincancer.org.
Welcome back to Beyond Broad, where we explore and discover the spots in Philadelphia that are a must to check out. Before the break, we provided you with great food, but what about great dessert to top off a satisfying meal? We are now going to take a look at one of Philly's most famous Italian bakeries, Termini's. Home of the cannoli, for a segment of a sweet treat, our reporters checked out this family-owned establishment as they taste tested their favorite pastries. Let's take a look at what they found.
Hey guys, today we're going to be reviewing Termellini Brothers Bakery Pastry Shop. It's located at 1523 South 8th Street, Philadelphia.
Yes, if you guys don't know, it's a legendary Italian bakery that whips up cannolis, different types of cookies, cakes, and other type of pastries. So today we're going to be trying out their chocolate covered bananas, their mousse cake, and what they're famous for, their cannolis.
We first dug into a chocolate-covered banana that was filled with jelly and cream and had a cookie bottom.
Do you not like it?
Okay, I'm not a big fan, so no. But it's just too much going on. I think it's because there's like a cookie, there's like raspberry jelly, there's bananas, and then I think this is like sweet cream with like a dark chocolate base. Yeah, it's a lot going on. But, I mean, you guys can go down there and try it.
Next, we tried their chocolate mousse cake, which had a chocolate mousse middle, chocolate cake, and a hazelnut icing.
But I feel as though for someone who wants like a light kind of like...
It's extremely
taste,
light.
yeah.
I feel like I can't even taste like the mousse.
And there's like so many different layers. It's pretty good for those who might like moose.
Yeah,
Maybe.
definitely.
Finally, we tasted their cannolis, which they are most known for. On Christmas Day, one can see a line for their shop down the block with customers just waiting for cannolis.
Yep.
Yeah.
Got a winner. I finally like something. It's really good.
That is actually really, really good.
This is, and you're now your cannoli fan.
Yeah.
See?
The cannolis that I've been eating have not been, that's actually really, really good.
So it has like a crunchy taste on the outside with a little bit of like, I guess like cream cheese filling kind of. Powdered sugar. Chocolate chips in here. It's amazing. Like, I gotta take another bite. I'm sorry. I don't know. I never had a cannoli like that. And I'm from New York. And like, we're big on those. But
yeah,
I love cannolis. However, about does for this edition of Sweet Treat. Thank you guys for tuning in. Once again, please visit Termini Brothers. Where's the location one more time?
Located at 1523 South 8th Street, Philadelphia.
Yes. Go get you a cannoli, chocolate banana, mousse, cakes, pastries. It's Tyler, Siobhan, we're out. I'm going to eat my cannoli.
Yeah.
That's so good.
So those pastries definitely look good, especially the cannolis. I think we should, make a trip down there.
Yeah, definitely. It's a bakery that said it's been around for almost 100 years, so they must be doing something right. It must be pretty good.
Gotta believe that.
Yeah. Well, we're going to take a look at Philly from a slightly different perspective. We know that shopping, checking out fun places, and going to restaurants can be enjoyable, but also expensive. In fact, when on a tight budget, chances are you will choose between food or fun activity for you and another. For our Nifty Under 50 segment, we searched around the city to find fun activities for two people to do along with eating great food, without spending more than $50. Our reporters took to the Reading Terminal Market for two, and also explored the great sights on the way there. Let's take a look.
On the way to Reading Terminal Market, we went sightseeing at City Hall and Rittenhouse Square. With just about $30 left, we went to some of our favorite spots in Reading Terminal. Today we spent $46.39 and we're going home with $3.61.
So Sato, have you ever been to Reading Terminal Market?
I've walked past it so many times, never got a chance to stop in. What about you?
Really? Well, I stopped in there not too long ago. I got some the Nick's roast beef. It's pretty good. I'm going to have to go back to check out some of those places that they just covered there.
Definitely.
Yeah, well, we certainly do live in an incredible city with lots of fascinating places to visit.
I couldn't agree more. We hope you're enjoying this episode of Beyond Broad so far. When we come back from our next commercial break, I will be sitting with a LaSalle student from the African American Student League as she explains what her organization stands for and how they make a difference in the community, along with her own contributions in the Student League as well. Stay tuned.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Today, a new creature walks among us, terrorizing innocent citizens. Until this threat can be contained, we must all be on the lookout for the dreaded digital deadwalkers.
Dude!
They're not looking out for you.
Engage!
A public service safety message from the American Academy of Orthopedic Surgeons, who want to keep everyone well connected with strong, healthy bones.
Chris Domine is a husband, father, an athlete, even an Iron Man. But About 10 years ago, Chris's kidneys were failing.
The doctor said if you don't do dialysis, if you don't get a kidney transplant, you are going to die.
Then Chris received a second chance, made possible by an organ donor.
Your well-being changes from loss of hope to better times ahead.
Imagine what you could make possible. Learn more and sign up as an organ, eye, and tissue donor. Go to organdonor.gov.
Welcome back to Beyond Broad. We've been looking around the city to bring you the top places to check out. Sitting with us now is a member of the African American Student League. Thank you, Alicia, for taking the time out of your busy schedule to talk with us. Sorry. How did you become the vice president of the African American Student League?
Last year, I was the director of public relations, and like the seniors last year will always task us with like things like to prepare for this year, and then me and the president now, we will always like team up and like do whatever needed to be done, and then they just like came to me and they were like, I think you should be the vice president next year alongside Ludmil Glaude, who is the president.
Sounds great. So what are some contributions your organization has done for the Philadelphia community?
I feel like we've created a more like safe and inclusive place for like the students here at LaSalle, like to feel more accepted, and like a place like where they can go in and talk about things that they feel like they can't talk about with other people.
So you mentioned being accepted. Exactly how can students, come to you guys and talk about anything that they're dealing with within the community or school-wise or anything like that?
I feel like we all share similar like beliefs and values and stuff. So like it's more like a comfort thing. Like like when you're having you won't like talk to a stranger about like your problem. You'll talk to someone who you trust based on like experiences or like friends wise.
Okay. So since you guys, make sure your students are secure also, what kind of community outreach do you guys do? Are you partnered with the non-for-profit organization or any specific interest of that with the non-for-profit if you guys are partnered?
This year, I think they just started. Dr. Maureen O'Connell, she's like in the religion department. They started this program called Power, and it's basically like a social justice organization, but it's like interfaith as well. So like it emphasizes the importance of like community organizing, and like in order to have like a community that is equal amongst everyone, like you have to let everyone have a voice. So yeah, we've been in contact with them. They actually had like a power session here, and like me and Ludmil, the president, went to that. So yeah.
Okay. So how do you guys effectively promote the message that you're here for the Philadelphia community, and you're here for LaSalle students as well?
You said how do we like send out a message?
Yeah.
We have like different events, like general assemblies, to give students a voice to speak, and then we do like protests, basically saying that we stand with like the things that are going on, or like stand against it, I should say. Or like we've released like statements in the past, and then we've had like the Brave Space events as well.
Okay. So as vice president, are there any upcoming projects you can discuss in the show that are in the works for the rest of the semester when it comes to community service?
We have a Brave Space session coming up soon, and the Brave Space is basically like, Brave Space is an event or that we do like all the time, where like basically it gives students the ability to discuss like their thoughts, like because sometimes we all have like shared or different opinions, but we don't really like I can't think of the word. We don't interact with people with like different opinions. Okay. So like we go into situations blinded. So like it basically gives students the ability to be brave and like talk about things that they normally wouldn't talk about with someone who has a different opinion. So yeah, we have that coming up. It's called a Brave Space.
Okay. How can, I guess, people maybe bring more students to even come to Brave Space?
How can they?
Bring more students to come in to Brave Space?
I guess they can reflect on their past experience with the brave space, like tell them like how much they enjoyed it and like what they got out of it and stuff like that.
So not lastly, sorry. Are there any WSL events that you guys are doing for students on campus that we should be aware of?
Oh, that's the one that we're doing on campus, the brave space.
I'm sorry, not community service-wise, just maybe a GA, just like an interactive type of event.
We're still like in the works of planning one because normally we like plan as like things happen like in the media or stuff like that, like different events that happen. But I can talk about one that we've done in the past if that's helpful. Like in the past we did one on natural hair, black women and like natural hair and even black men and how like, yeah, I don't know.
Okay. I don't mean to backtrack, but just to go more in depth about Brave Space, what kind of topics do you guys cover?
The last one we did was, the last one I remember was the N-word talk. Mm-hmm. We basically talked about the origin of the word, like, and how it's like a part of redemptive language and how like a lot of black people don't like for the word to be used by non-black people and stuff like that. And just like the big issue pertaining to the word.
Okay. So you did mention the N-word talk. How many students came, if you could give an estimate, and do you feel like their opinions were expressed the way they wanted it to be, or do you think they held back?
I don't think that we marketed it well. So like, it wasn't a like diverse crowd. It was basically a bunch of people with shared opinions. And so it wasn't like a big crowd. It was a good amount of people. And what was the other part of your question? I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I think I talked about.
You said how big?
Yeah, how many students came out to the event?
And then what was the other part?
I'm sorry. Do you think their opinions were expressed, or do you think they were holding back because it is like a controversial topic? So.
Their opinions were expressed. Again, I said that the population of that like audience wasn't really big, so it made people more comfortable when talking. Like everyone had like shared opinions, so like it wasn't an issue with them voicing how they felt about the word.
Okay. So how can students get involved with WSL?
Just come to our events, really. Like we remember faces, so if you continue to come to our events, then you'll be recognized.
Okay. Is there any social media you guys want to, I guess, promote, or just so students can stay in contact and interact with you guys?
Yeah, we have an Instagram that we use primarily, and it's AASL_LaSalle, or it might be the other way around, LaSalle_AASL.
Okay. The last question I want to ask you today is, how can other organizations help you guys, or just get affiliated with WSL?
They can come to our events as well, or really just reach out to us like via email or like phone number saying that they want to like collaborate or like build a coalition, and then we're always open for like events and stuff like that.
Okay. Well, I want to thank you again, Alicia, for coming in to speak with us, and I really wish the best for your organization for the rest of the semester.
Okay, thank you.
When we come back, we have a special treat for you with the new man on the street, as our reporters see how much history class has taught LaSalle students.
Drownings are a leading cause of death for young children. Simple safety steps are the best way to prevent these tragedies. Make sure kids learn how to swim. Always watch them in and around water. Properly fence all pools and stay away from drains. Consider the steps you take, then add a few more, because you never know which pool safety step will save a life until it does. Simple steps save lives. To learn some new ones, visit poolsafely.gov.
Welcome back to Beyond Broad, and thanks for sticking with us. It's always assumed that college students have book smarts and knowledge pertaining to just about everything. If you're one of those people that agree, our next segment may make you think otherwise. Our reporters went around campus and played a little trivia with the students. Let's check it out.
Hi guys, I'm Corey Morales. I'm going around LaSalle University's campus to ask people some general knowledge questions. What is the capital of Pennsylvania? Whoever wants to answer.
It either begins with the H. I'm not from here. Harrisburg, maybe, I don't know. I'm not from here.
I'm gonna go with Philly.
Is it Philadelphia? No, it's not Philadelphia, is it? Is it Philadelphia? I don't know. I feel like it's like a random little place.
Harrisburg.
Philadelphia.
Philadelphia.
Harrisonburg, right? Harrisburg? Philadelphia. It is the city.
Whose statue is on top of City Hall? You got this one.
No, you got this one.
Abraham Lincoln.
Ben Franklin.
Ben Franklin.
Ben Franklin, yeah.
City Hall, isn't it Lincoln?
Ben Franklin? Or no, or it's the Rocky statue.
Ben Franklin.
William Penn. How many terms did Benjamin Franklin serve as president? 1 or 2?
2.
1.
2.
Benjamin Franklin was not president.
If you are running a race and you pass the person who's in second place, what place are you in now?
First, please. First.
First?
First place. Second.
There you go. Well, that was interesting. I hope you guys enjoyed those answers. Back to you, Asatu and Kevin.
Wow, I can't believe a lot of those people didn't know where the capital of Pennsylvania was.
Honestly, like, what were they doing in history class? I can't even believe
They must have
it.
been sleeping, not catching too much notes there. Well, unfortunately, that's all the time we have for you today. We certainly hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you did, be sure to find us on the web and follow us on our Facebook page.
If you missed any of the action and want to see more or just can't get enough, our episodes are on YouTube on our LaSalle TV Philly page.
Until next time, from Asatu, Kome, and our entire crew, I'm Kevin Cook. Thanks for watching Beyond Broad, and we'll see you next time.